Hi, I'm Carrie Murphy, and welcome to Spotlight, where we showcase phenomenal entrepreneurs and their stories. And let's face it, when it comes to love, many of us have watched way too many Disney movies. We're expecting to find that perfect person and live happily ever after. And for so many of us, that is not the case, right? But what if there was a possibility? What if that Cinderella or Prince Charming was out there waiting for you? Well, I have really good news because today I'm sitting down with licensed psychotherapist and caseworker who is truly making the fairy tale happen, Montrella Cowan. Montrella, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Carrie, for having me.
I love talking about love.
Yes,
right?
good.
It's a good thing, especially this time of year.
Yep.
But let's really be honest here. For many of us, 50% of people end up in divorce. And for, I think, so many, it is a struggle to find that person. Tell me about how you help change that in people's lives.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, you do have to believe. You know, you have to believe that love is real. And it is real. Yeah. Absolutely. And it's possible. I mean, let's start out with what is love? You know, to have that intense affection, right? To be pleased with one.
Yeah.
You know?
Yourself and each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it does start with loving yourself, and that's a major piece of it. So as a licensed clinical social worker and psychotherapist, as well as a love coach, I help people to really tap into loving themselves first.
Now, you say the word holistic. So
Yes.
for some people, that may seem a little woo-woo, but it's simply connecting mind, body, spirit.
You got
right?
it.
Okay.
That's right.
So when it comes to love, how do you create more of a holistic approach with people?
Absolutely. So with love, it is a mind, body, spirit adventure.
Evolution.
Yes. So it starts with, you know, what are we thinking about? What do we image ourselves to be as far as with another person? You have these two spiritual people trying to, first of all, have themselves together, but then come together.
Right.
And create that magic. And so it includes, and obviously the physical, right? That would be
the
like the
chemistry
sexual
has to
experience,
be there, right.
the sexual attraction, the physical attraction.
But that can also wane. Like that, it's great in the beginning, but let's face it, it's not something that is always sustainable, but
Sure.
it can be.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
So when couples come to you, and I know you work with single people too, but for couples that come to you, and you have some really high-profile clients that you
Yes.
work with, what is the main challenge that you see?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, it is about identifying your needs and wants. And those are usually based on your values. So one of the things I help couples to do as individuals is to identify their values. And so when you get these two people together, a lot of times they may share some values, but they may have some differences.
Well, most people probably do have different values, although you're attracted to each other because there's such similarities.
Yes.
But it's one of those things you probably don't sit down with your partner and go, so let's talk about values today.
Right.
How do you help elicit values within a partnership?
Yeah. So one of the things I do, I have value cards. And so we actually go through them. And there's like 18 of them. And they select, you know, the top ones that reflect theirs. And a lot of times you do have some similarities. So for example, one of them may be relational. And that's where you value your family, your friends, even your colleagues. But then there's others, like maybe she likes recreational activities.
And he likes to sit down.
You got it. That's right. He likes quiet time alone.
Yes,
You got
yes.
it. And so identifying them, and then that's when you can kind of get to a lot of some of the core issues. Another core issue would be communication. That's a huge one.
Let's face it, it doesn't matter. You get two different people together, communication is always going to be
Yes.
a bone of contention at some point.
Absolutely.
So how do you help them navigate through that?
Definitely. So with communication, for example, it's not. So we really
I hear you. Yeah.
we really do define what communication is. And it's like this cycle, it's this process. It's like I say something, but then you understand what I say. And it goes beyond that. You understand, you duplicate, but then you give me some feedback. And then it's like, okay, so now we're actually communicating. So
You say there's some structure to communication?
Absolutely. Definitely.
Right.
And so it is beyond, you know, talking and listening.
And I find that with so many, and it doesn't matter if it's a romantic relationship or a friendship, people communicate in different ways,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
they want to be heard in different ways.
Yes.
And you kind of go back to the love languages,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
so I think it's so valuable that when someone works with you, like they really understand their values and what communication means in their relationship. Because I think most relationships struggle or end because of the way the communication is.
Absolutely. I would say, based on my experience in hundreds of clients that absolutely that is one of the core issues. And so that's why we offer like a communications course actually, where the couple is actually drilling back and forth and really honing in on what these skills are, because they're skills.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, it's like just a toolbox. A relationship toolbox I got over
exactly.
here. Yeah,
and we're not like born with them. It's
right.
similar to like a baby. They don't come with instructions.
Yes.
So I do help them to get to really being able to communicate with one another, so that doesn't block them from letting love happen.
Yeah. Oh, I love that so much. So when they come to you, are they on like the break of like, we're going to split or we might divorce, or are they just having some friction and they come to you and say, hey, Montrella, we really need help around
I do get a range. I have the couples who are considering moving in together. Maybe they want some.
Which this would be so great with a couple that's looking at moving in, because if you can understand this before you cohabitate, like I would think that's a really great idea.
Because that's an experience in and of itself, moving in and really learning who it is that
it's different than dating once a week or going out.
You sound like you have experience.
Just a little.
That's great.
So the couples is kind of where you really kind of focus your attention, although you do work with single people too.
Absolutely.
Kind of tell me a little bit about that process.
With working with couples?
No, with the singles.
Oh, with the singles?
The singles looking for love. What would you tell them?
Well, I would say once again that love is real. I have a lot of people who have gone through bad breakups.
Yeah.
And they don't seem to, want to get over it. Unfortunately, I've had people who, maybe they've lost their virginity, for example. And they feel so bad about it that they don't even want to live anymore, unfortunately. As a psychotherapist, I meet people where they are, and it can be quite traumatic. A breakup can be.
Yeah.
And so I help them to recover and to heal.
That's
so a
so
big piece of what I do, and especially as a licensed psychotherapist, is I help people to heal their past. That's very important. Otherwise, we kind of accumulate all of this baggage of the bad breakups and the insults and all of that, and we bring it into the next relationship, and that's yucky.
You're so needed, Montrella. There's a lot of people out there that help in this love area of life.
Sure.
And I know you have such a special background, and you're actually in the process too of writing a book or releasing your book. Tell me about that.
Yeah. It's called The Purse, and it's an essential guide to healthy relationships.
And what can we expect in this book? What are we going to learn?
First of all, you're going to learn a whole lot about me, because I have some experience under my belt as well.
Yeah.
I
it covers some deep issues.
Yes.
Can you share some of those with us?
Sure. So unfortunately, I was a survivor of rape by my daughter's father. And I had her when I was 15 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's one thing, that you definitely want to like kind of complete if you've ever been a victim of any kind of trauma. Mm-hmm. You want to make sure that you heal from something like that.
Yeah, because you can carry that around for the rest of your life.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and it could affect every
It just hurts my heart, and yet I look at you, and you're such a woman of grace and confidence, and you can tell you've done the work to
I've done the work.
And there are so many people out there that facilitate and coach around love, but they don't do the work themselves.
Yes.
And I know you personally and know that you are absolutely that beacon of someone who's done the work and done the healing, and that's why I wanted you here on this show, because you're someone I would absolutely turn to, not only because of what you've been through, but because of also your degrees and your understanding of psychology and how people work. So you went through that traumatic experience at 15. You had your daughter, and then she just passed a year ago?
Yes, unfortunately, my daughter did transition last year, June of 2018.
I can't even imagine being a mom myself, how that would feel. And I know this is a little bit off the love language here that we're talking about, but it does relate to healing and coming into a relationship whole. For someone that's gone through this type of trauma that we don't wish on anybody, what were some of the things that you had to do so you could really find love and be in this place you are now?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. And a lot of people, I get it all the time, like, how are you doing?
Yeah, and then you just lost your mom last year.
Yes, so 2018 was
a rough year.
Quite a year, and I had a lot of conversations with God, to be honest with you. And I really do think it's my spirituality that kind of helped it all, helped me to get through this. Obviously, grief comes in waves, and that's what I tell my clients a lot, whether it's an actual loss from a death or even a breakup. Grief comes in waves. So there could be like a sound, a music, song, or even, scent that will remind you of the person.
Yeah.
That,
and isn't that okay though? I mean, that's okay
Absolutely.
that you feel those feelings.
Yes.
And work through that.
Yes, you
right?
touch on something really big, because a lot of times my clients, especially the men, they want to come and they kind of want to just kind of cut it out. And I'm like,
Yeah.
emotions, we're
Throw it
human
under the
beings.
rug.
It's
Let's
what
Band-Aid that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's what distinguishes us from animals. Like your emotions, you can't just flip it off and on like a switch.
Yeah.
I tell them to embrace their emotions. Yeah, and I think that's different from what a lot of people are used to hearing.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. I'm going to call you the fairy godmother of love, right? The fairy tale is real. We
Yes,
have the
it
fairy
is.
godmother right here. So, Montrella, if people want to learn more about this book, and quickly, again, tell us what they can expect in the book. It's going to be a personal story kind of about what you've been through.
Yes.
But as a reader, what can I
Yeah.
expect?
Sure. Well, it's yummy. We actually have
I love it. It's
ingredients in there on like recipes actually to how to make love work. So I would definitely highly recommend that you go out and get it. It's
Because we all love a recipe. Can I just follow the recipe? Can you just tell me what I need to do?
Yeah. And so it's called the purse, and the resemblance of that, or the meaning of that, is that in a woman's purse, we have, we have to keep our purses, first of all,
tell
close
me.
to us.
That's
Can't go
right.
anywhere without them.
Yes.
And so we have like the compact mirror, and that reflects like values. And that sewing kit, it reflects spirituality. So I'm taking the contents of a woman's purse to demonstrate these various values and skills that's needed in a healthy relationship.
No, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
I love that. And I'm
Thank
also
you.
thinking I need to go get a sewing kit. Okay. My mom would be proud if I put that in my purse. Well, Montrella, I just love the work you're doing in the world. And through all the loss and trauma you've been through, you really are such a beacon for people of what's possible. And I so appreciate you and excited to share your story with people. If they want to learn more about how they can work with you and really become a closer couple and get on the other side of some of the friction, how do they do that?
Sure. Well, I do save marriages, Carrie, and so that's one thing. I just love what I do. I'm very passionate about it. The family really is the first institution.
Yeah.
And so you can contact me through my website, affinity411.com.
And we'll make sure there's a link here so people
Yes.
can click through.
Yes.
And then again, when someone's interested, do they get a call with you?
Yes.
Or okay.
Yes, so you can schedule a Dare to Live Happy consultation through my website, affinity411.com. And you can also, for tips and techniques, follow me on my social media handles.
Okay. And we will definitely do that. So thank you so much. And we got the fairy godmother of love right here. So if you're in a place in your relationship where you're wondering, is this the right one for me, right? Is it really possible to make this fairy tale? And even though it's not ever going to be perfect, it can be easy. So reach out to Montrella, and thank you again for being here. I'm excited to read your book.
Yeah,
and so
thank
we'll
you.
definitely put the information here as well. Yes. And so thank you for watching this Spotlight interview. I hope you are feeling inspired that love is possible in your life. And I so appreciate you taking the time. And please share this with someone, because when you are inspired, then you inspire others. And that is what this world is all about. As always, remember to keep dreaming it, living it, and being it. Until next time.